I have a leaky shower, and that's not a desirable condition, so I'm going to fix it today. This type of shower has two valves, a hot and a cold, and I think that only one of them allows water to leak through. The water feels cold on my hand, so I'm going to take a guess that the cold valve is the offending one. So I will take the handle and shroud off and see what it looks like behind there. I've turned off water service to the house, so there's no pressure in these lines anymore. So now I'll take apart this valve. The handle's held on by a Phillips screw. And this metal shroud screws on, so we'll unscrew that. And here's the heart of the valve. I'll unscrew this plastic piece. This is just a mount for that shroud that we just took off. So take that off. And next I'll take this nut right here out. I've removed this nut sleeve, and it looks like the next thing I need to remove is this piece here, which is the valve itself. I was able to access this by just pressing the shower enclosure in a little bit and using an adjustable wrench. So I've just about got it out. I found out that I have two problems with my shower valve. The first one being this rubber O-ring is kind of jagged and worn out, and it doesn't make a good seal any longer. But the underlying cause of this is a chipped valve seat inside the valve. You can see it in there, and I'm going to remove that and replace it along with the rubber O-ring, and that should restore the valve to working order. The way the valve works is the rubber O-ring has to seal against that valve seat to shut the water supply off, and with that little chip it allows water to go past all the time, even when the valve is off. It also is a rough surface, so it wears out the O-ring prematurely. So I'll go into town and buy the parts and hopefully have a working valve by this afternoon. Now I'm back from the hardware store and I've got a few goodies. I bought a faucet seat wrench. This is to remove that valve seat in the shower valve. I also got a new valve seat. I think this is the correct one. I haven't removed the old one yet because I didn't have the wrench when I went into town. So I'm just hoping that this is the correct one. And I also got some washers to replace this washer on the end of the stem. So I'm going to use the wrench and try to remove this valve seat. When I look in there, it's the square size. So I'm just going to put this in there, and it feels solid, so I'll just try to turn it. Came loose. So I'll just remove this. And this is the trouble part. And you can see, even though my camera isn't the greatest for close-up, see how it's got this little divot right here? That's where all the trouble began. So I'll replace this with my new one and put everything back together and hopefully have a non-leaky faucet. The new valve seat is ready to install. I put a little bit of sealant on the threads. I don't know for sure if it needs it, but the old seat had sealant on the threads, so I thought it can't hurt. So I'll put this guy back where it goes. And it feels like it fits, so I must have gotten the right part. I'll tighten this down like that. Next I'm going to replace the washer on this stem. I bought these flat faucet washers. I think they're the correct part. They have a picture on the back that I matched up with the washer that was on the stem. So I'll just install this. And that should be good to go. I'll thread the stem back into the valve body. The stem is now tightened down. Next I will reinstall this sleeve. I don't know what the technical term for it is. This piece is now tight. The next step is to install this plastic tube that the shroud mounts onto. So I'll screw this into this sleeve. And next, I'll install this metal piece. Next comes the knob. And the last step is to install the plastic C. Now I'll go turn on the water service and see if it leaks. The water supply is on again, and it's not leaking right now, but there is a lot of air in the system, so I'm going to turn on the water, both hot and cold, and then turn them off again and see if it leaks. Better slow down. Probably has a lot in that shower head. There, it's slowing down. Aha! Do you have one more drip in you? Yes. Silence. That's the sound of a good shower. So I think I fixed my problem with about $2 worth of